Hey, what's up everyone? It's Morgan here.
And I'm Reed, and we're super excited to be bringing you this year's third episode of The Pulse.
We have a ton of great student-produced content for you guys this episode, including some great stories on some of the fine arts here at the high school, as well as a few less serious pieces, including Logan spreading some holiday cheer. You'll see what I mean.
To start things off, our amazing Broken Arrow show choirs, Tiger Rhythm and Tiger Mystique, have been working extremely hard all year getting ready for their competition season. Take a look at this piece and get an inside look at their hard work and preparation to see what went into this year's shows.
My main goal for show choir and Broken Arrow is to engage as many students as possible, to teach them about singing and dancing and excellence and work ethic, and to be good members of their community. Well, we do have show choir every single day. Tiger Rhythm meets at 6:40 in the morning. Tiger Mystique meets right after school. It's a daily class that prepares the material that we use at competition, so 5 hours a week at a minimum. We do have 1 to 2 weekends every month or weekdays every month where we have some extended rehearsals for 4 to 6 hours, and we invite people from around the country to come and be clinicians. So those happen a couple times a month.
I love a show choir, and I'm super excited about this year. I think it's gonna be really different, something that we haven't done before. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and we're kind of doing a little bit, like I said, a little bit different thing that we haven't done before. And it's going to be the first year that we have the freshmen go with us on every trip. So that's going to be really fun. I think that's going to help grow our program.
The mood and the feeling for this year's show is kind of a historic context about being from Oklahoma. I'll leave it at that.
Well, this year our show is going to be a little more theatrical, and it's going to have more of a musical feel to it than in the past years.
This year's choreography, it's more up and it's more airy and elegant, and it goes with the show like really well.
Well, the choreo this year is a lot more difficult than what we've had in the past. It's a more fluidic style than what any of us have really ever done before. So it really is a change, but it's a good change.
I'm most excited about going to California, and it's my senior year, so I'm just trying to make every competition memorable.
I'm the most excited about our trip to Burbank because we get to go to Disneyland and we get to perform at Burbank, California.
It's just, I'm excited to grow more with my group because there's already been so much more growth this year, and I'm excited to see where we go.
I'm most looking forward to my students learning how to dig into details and discovering that through hard work and diligent effort and attention to detail, the reward is amazing.
Alright guys, in this next segment, the one and only Mason Eversole from Mason on Campus gives you an inside look at some of the Pulse facilities that are used in all of the AeroVision courses here at the high school. We have some of the best facilities in the state, and we wanted to show some of them off in this edition of Pulse Cribs. Check it out.
Oh, hey, I didn't know you guys were coming to film today. So we know you see a lot of our stuff on GMBA, and we wanted to give you a behind the scenes look at our Pulse studio and Pulse classroom. Let's go. So in here is basically the control center. It's our production room. We got our teleprompter computer over here and too many of these stools. That's a big TV. And then this is for lighting. It's not our DJ station. This is the computer we do a lot of voiceovers at. You know, we do some editing on here. This is really like top dog editing, you know. We got our sports background. So this is Serge's background. Bet you didn't know this was blue. This is where we do our 60-second spotlights and most of our student-related stories. You know, we do our interviews here, and this is the gray backdrop you see almost every week on GMBA. Over here, we got our BA couch for comfort, relaxation. It's just a nice couch. I don't know which one's better, this couch or Mr. Couch. Mr. Couch probably wouldn't be that comfortable though. Right here is our podcast equipment. We use it for our weekly coach show where they talk about sports and all those fun things. And you know, in the future, you'll be seeing more of this. Right over here, we got our GMBA set. Some green screen action on a nice backdrop. Then we got over here our 3 teleprompters, and this is how we know what we're gonna say next, you know. and these are mics. This is where we got all our junk. It's stuff we use, but it's just a lot of it. A lot of techno gadgets and doodads. And in here is where the magic happens. We got our 16 fully loaded iMacs with Final Cut Pro and our editing software and all fun sorts of things. As you can see, people here, everybody's productive, everybody's having a good time. And over there's Couch's desk. Over here, we got Kelsey and Lex working on their next big project. We got Lacey watching them. All sorts of productivity. Over here, we got Brendan Mullins and Tori.
Why'd you say my name like that?
I don't know. The host of GMBA. What's that name? Host? Co-host? Pro-host? Yeah. Over here, Over here we have Logan editing something for the Pulse. Logan, what are you editing?
It's our latest stereotypes video.
Keep an eye out for that. Follow me over here. So over here we got our social media group working on making some posts. You know, they're working hard, keeping the Insta, and we got Gabe over here working on a movie trailer. Perfect. And we got Katie working on promos for theater arts. Amazing. We got Sage Hughes over here working on some bloopers for the Pulse of GMBA. Make sure you keep an eye out for that on the next Pulse. And yeah, well, I mean, that's gonna be this Pulse, but you know, we're kind of running out of time, so like, I think you gotta go. Just right there, you know, we got Mason on campuses to film, you know, bye. God, thank God he's gone.
The AP art class here at the high school recently completed an amazing art project which put to the test much of what they learned in art, as well as some knowledge of important social issues. Take a look at this next piece highlighting the project, and it also includes yours truly.
Mrs. Brown and I came up with this project last year, and we call it the Burning Issue Project. And it's a project where the students get to communicate about something that they're really passionate about.
Did this for the first time last year, and we were totally amazed by the outcome. Because the process is not just, hey, think of an idea. The process is you need to think, you need to research, you need to be focusing on why, the when, the hows of your idea instead of just the what's.
What we noticed last year when they were working on this assignment is that the depth of information and the layers of meaning within the artwork that they were creating, it just blew us away.
Because each one of them has things that they are very concerned about. I mean, some of the bigger things, global warming, racism in America, but then there were smaller things that were really burning for them individually.
I love the fact that in brainstorming, they got to really talk about and dialogue and think about what it was that they had a passion about, that they wanted to create a piece of art that would move people about.
So we all put our ideas out there, like we had some time to think about it. So we took one that we liked and we made a 2-page spread of it. And so we do some research on it, draw a few things to like help us start up some ideas, and then draw a few thumbnail sketches. And then we would take those and we put them on like a bigger canvas and everything, and you would either paint or draw it or whatever you wanted to do with it.
The most enjoyable part of the project was probably finding the research for it, because you learn a lot of things that you already, like some of the stuff you already knew and then some of the stuff you didn't know, because you had to research and know everything that you needed and get as much information as you could to incorporate into your project. This project had more of an emotional charge than most of our other projects. Most of our other projects are just still lifes, but this project was more so like do something that's important to you and that makes you want to get it done more and makes you want to be better at it.
I don't know, everybody was so invested in what they chose because you got to choose your topic. And everybody, it was like an issue to them, you know, so of course you're going to want to put a lot of, you know, heart and stuff into it.
But I think then when they get to that work of art, they just kind of run with it and it just kind of explodes out of them, especially because these are such amazingly talented students. It's fun because they combine the visual imagery and the experimentation and the color, but also with the writing. So they turned out to be pretty incredible pieces.
The Broken Arrow 1 act completed its competition run back in November. In this next segment, several of the stars from Mirrors give their thoughts on this year's show and the experiences they had.
So Mirrors is a story about the loss of two matriarchs and two generations of family, but ultimately the story isn't about life, or it's not about death, it's more about life and about celebrating that life and how much family means to people.
We auditioned towards the beginning of the school year, and we got the cast list that weekend, and we started rehearsals that next week. And we went through blocking, and we memorized all of our lines, and then we added in the costumes. Probably the hardest part was getting both sides of the set on at the same time in a mirrored fashion, which our crew was amazing this year, so they were able to do that very well.
Without, anyone in that cast or the crew or the directors, I wouldn't have made it to that point. So it was really a win for everyone.
My character was Tyson Mansfield. He was Elizabeth's brother who went off to war and came back for both his mother and his sister's funeral. Ironically, my favorite scene I was a part of was when I was breaking down about my dead mother because it allowed me to get to a deeper emotion that I hadn't gotten to, and it made me be able to explore a range of emotions.
My experience with the one act as a senior, with it being my last one act, was really, really awesome. Getting to play Grace was super challenging. Having to go from being like 60 to being 16 in the same scene was really challenging, and I thought it was really, really cool to be able to do.
Probably my favorite part would have to be just being on stage and telling this amazing story that almost everyone in an audience can connect to, and hearing afterwards them telling us how they, really enjoyed the show and really can connect with it.
The most enjoyable thing about one act is probably the experience, because you really get to create a bond with your fellow cast members and the director and all the crew members, so you all feel like one big family essentially.
It's a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of going home and doing things over and over until you can get them in your muscle memory, but overall I wouldn't trade the one act experience for anything.
Alright guys, as you know, it's officially the holiday season, and that means it's the season of giving. So, our resident holiday enthusiast, Logan Harper, has some gifts for some very lucky individuals. Check it out.
Hey guys, it's Logan. It's holiday season. We're spreading some holiday cheer with some gifts. Come on. We're back for round 2. We're gonna surprise my drama teacher with a big old gift. Let's go. Hi, Miss Ellis.
Hello.
You know the holiday season's coming up, so I got you a gift, and I wanted you to open it. Yep.
Thank you. Okay.
Here you are. Let's see you open it.
What? It's a picture of Logan!
Signed by me. Signed by me. So Mason, you know it's the holiday season. Yep. We're giving away gifts, and I got you some. Because you're my bud. You're my best friend, dog. Here you go.
Can I rip it?
Yes, go ahead.
Are you going to need this for later?
No.
Is the wrapping... Oh, no. I think I ripped whatever's inside it. Is the wrapping paper edible?
Probably.
I hope so. What's... Is there nothing in here? Is it just nothing?
He got nothing! How did you like your gift, Mason?
I can still eat the paper.
Would you like this gift? All right, here you go. Open it up. $15. She got 15. Show the camera. Show the camera. $15. How do you feel about this?
Good.
It's holiday times.
Thank you.
Do you like it?
I love it. I've always wanted one of these. Haven't had one of these in a long time.
That means we did good. Go ahead and open up for the camera to see. Let's see what you got. He caught a potato. How do you feel about this?
Dude, I don't know what to say, bro. I don't know if I'm gonna like mash it or like bake. I don't know, bro.
You could hang it up.
I could hang it, bro. That'd be pretty cool.
Well, happy holidays. You have a good rest of your day. He got a Christmas ornament.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this?
Pretty ecstatic actually.
Are you gonna use it for your Christmas tree?
Yeah, if I can get a hook for it.
There we go. That's all. Happy holidays. Thank you. Put your hand out. All right. Go ahead and open it. Do you know what you just got? That's the key to my heart right there. Are you gonna keep it?
I don't know. No. I'm sorry. Bye.
2019 was yet another amazing year for the Pride of Broken Arrow. This year's groups won every event they attended, including 2 super regionals and a state championship. Take a look at this next piece, which highlights this year's group and their fantastic show, Yeehaw!
What we do with the Broken Arrow Pride is about providing incredible experiences for our students. And that means that those decisions about where we travel and where we head changes from year to year so that we provide, a broader landscape of where we head. And so it was important for us this year to take a departure from Grand Nationals, but to put a new experience in there in its place. And that's where the Orlando Bands of America Regional fit that bill real perfectly. It gave us a chance to go to Orlando, compete in a Bands of America regional, and to do some fun things along the way, where we got to spend a couple days at Disney World, couple performances at Disney World.
Going to Orlando for the first time was great because it was the first experience for all of us. It wasn't just throwing the freshmen into a situation that they've never been into before, but other people were familiar with. It was, we all went through it together. As the season went on and we did so well, we just we embraced the role. And we're like, this is who we are, let's make it the best we can be. And I think we really did that.
Well, with our program coordinator, Wes Cartwright, he and I sat together and talked about some ideas. What haven't we done before? We talked about, maybe this is a chance to explore kind of the culture of Oklahoma and to do a Western show that is unlike any of our competitors have done, and to put a uniquely Broken Arrow spin on doing a Western motif show. And so the costuming was very important in that process. We wanted to see the performers in legitimate blue jeans, something that bands just don't do. We wanted to take it to the next level and make our own belt buckles, a sheriff's star with a BA logo on it, and make it authentic with the cowboy hats. And I thought that our costuming team and our designers did a great job of kind of putting that look together to make us look uniquely Broken Arrow, but still you can tell that what the theme and what the characterization of the show is.
Up until really 2018, we were kind of more like abstract in our ideas and stuff like that. But with last year's show, obviously about America, and this year more of a Western, we were able to really connect with obviously the Oklahoma crowd, as well as the crowds at Nationals last year. Just sort of being able to bring everybody together under the idea of this is our country, this is where we live.
It ended up being one of the most amazing shows I've been in. I've done it for 4 years now, and of all the shows we've done, this has definitely been one of the most entertaining.
What made this year different was for sure the interactions we had with everyone and the fun we had with the show. We had a lot more freedom to be expressive in ourselves this year, so having fun was definitely the biggest thing for me, at least.
It's a real unique group of leaders that we had this year, particularly with our senior class. They've you think about our seniors, they've had a pretty wide variety of experiences, from performing as freshmen in the Tournament of Roses Parade in California, to 2 trips to Grand Nationals and to Florida. So they've seen and got to experience a lot along the way. And that experience is really important for our younger members to have those role models, those leaders that establish our culture and carry our brand from year to year, and help carry on that legacy and heritage of the Broken Arrow Band.
Being a part of the Pride this year was probably the most memorable experience I've ever had, and I wouldn't give it up for anything.
It's definitely just sort of like a standard of being the best that you can, and kind of like being part of something that's obviously bigger than yourself, like having 300-ish other people rely on you to perform to the best of your ability so that you all can come together to create something that is really special and connects with the audience.
Being a host of the Broken Arrow High School weekly news show isn't as easy as it seems, as you can see when you watch these bloopers from some of the most recent episodes of Good Morning VA.
I am rolling.
So every yeah, it's okay.
To begin raising money for what?
Bree, we hope you had a great fun
I'm
break.
sorry, I think a booger flew out of my nose when I breathed.
That's all we got for you.
You just want to slam my head in here so I can just like restart? No. Like shut down?
There's the reset button right here.
I know, I'm sorry. Crap, I forgot about the homecoming dance. I didn't want to. There's no space. You spoke in cursive.
Ugh.
It's also the start of Red Ribbon Week.
Red Women Week.
Red Women Week. Or our BAH poll. Yeah.
I know.
Named to the District 4 All-District.
So how was it? Wake!
05 in the process.
They're,
From
well,
the top.
From the top.
From the top.
From the top.
All right, guys, that's all we have for this year's 3rd installment of The Pulse. Thanks so much for joining us.
For more awesome student-produced content like you just saw, be sure to head to bahspulse.com and follow the BAHS Pulse YouTube channel.
Thanks again for watching, and we hope everyone has a great break.
Bye!